Hey, Christine here, and you're watching Inside Health TV, the place to be for being healthy, happy, and loving the life that you live. In honor of breast cancer awareness and all of the women, men, and families touched, impacted, and some unfortunately devastated by this disease, I wanted my first interview to be with someone who could share with you a really compelling story that could change your life. And I didn't want that to be me. Although I have had breast cancer twice, bilaterally over 25 years ago. It was very traumatic both times, and yet I learned so much about myself. I can honestly say I owe my life to breast cancer. I interviewed Leslie back in 2011 when she was 7 months and some change of days post her last treatment for breast cancer, and over 4 years later, she's doing great. In fact, when I called her the other evening to find out if I could use our interview in this current project, I had to leave her a message. And she called back immediately saying she had chills because she had just got her 5-year pin that day earlier from her doctor. Wow, we both were so connected and happy in that moment. I got goosebumps too. Leslie asked to be interviewed in her backyard because she finds peace and tranquility relaxing next to her waterfall.
Hi, my name's Leslie Garner. I'm age 46. I'm 3 weeks post 28 days of radiation treatment, and cancer picked me on August 23rd, 2010.
Wow, cancer picked you. That's a curious way of putting it. What do you mean by that cancer picked you?
Cancer picked me because it knew I was going to be an advocate for early detection and self-breast examinations, and that I could tell my story in a compelling way that people would actually go out and do it for themselves. When you're young and impressionable and you have all those vivid memories of family gatherings, I remember distinctly both of my grandmothers having wigs, knowing that they had mastectomies. Of course that instilled fear in me. But I think what I have to remember about that fear is people would say, well, fear usually stops you. It stops you from doing something. Really, when somebody thinks about fear, you stop. And actually that fear of not wanting to have those physical appearances or go through the pain, the treatments, not wanting to go through that propelled me to get mammograms yearly.
So how did that vigilance sort of come out in what you were doing?
It did really make me vigilant. That's a great word. It made me begin getting yearly mammograms at 35, which is really unheard of, really. That's really not the recommendation. And even back then, 10 years ago, young people didn't get breast cancer. We know that's not true now. So I started yearly mammograms when I was 35, and actually had 3 abnormal mammograms up until this diagnosis.
And what we're trying to remind everyone, it's not just about our lives, which is the key importance, but early detection gives the most treatment options.
Of course, the lumpectomy is not new. I had a breast MRI done first to make sure I didn't have cancer anywhere else in my breast, and of course I didn't, which was grateful. So I did choose the lumpectomy. But the new part of that is called brachytherapy, and brachytherapy in layman's terms would be partial radiation treatment. So what they do is they put a balloon in your breasts, and out of that balloon comes about 5 tubes that come out of your breast. And then I had what they call a boost radiation, where the seeds come in, go to exactly to the site where the cancer was. So it's very precise, is the word I want to use, very precise. And I had 4 treatments of that. And normally, it's usually 10 treatments. So I cut down my severity there with early detection. And then I had 28 days of radiation. And now my only other treatment is to be on tamoxifen, which is the preventative medication they call for breast cancer. I dodged the chemo bullet. And anybody that I talk to that has been through breast cancer with chemo said that chemo's the worst part.
Early detection gives you the options for treatment. And if you wait until it's too late, you lose the option of choice. And choice really does empower you to feel like you're in charge of some of your care.
You can have your choice of how your treatment goes. I have a recipe for me overcoming that. So I'm going to give you mine. You can make your own recipe, but just stick to it. If you need to make changes to it to make it better. But my recipe is the main ingredient is to have a positive attitude likened to an innocent child. But the other person that can be in there is the adult, and the adult to make the decisions that you have to make for your health and for your family. The other one is support. You need to grab support from whomever you can, be it your family, your friends, your strangers. And we're not strangers really, but I just met you a month ago, and here we are making a difference for other people in early detection. Be it music, be it your backyard, or really mine too. In regards, I had support of my family and friends, no question. But the other one was exercise. I'm a jogger, and the only time I didn't exercise through the whole treatment plan was when I, of course, had tubes and a balloon inside me. But other than that, I jogged, I exercised, which is what we should do. We should do anyway, whether we have breast cancer or not. And then take all of that and sprinkle that with selfishness, because if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not doing self-care and making that soldier fit, then you won't be able to take care of other people. It's hard for women to be selfish, but that's my last ingredient. You really need to sprinkle that in.
And that doesn't mean that you hurt other people or you don't care about other people's rights or anything like that. It just means that you take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate you coming on our show today, Leslie, and being willing to share your compelling story with other people to help them. You are beautiful and wonderful, and I really appreciate you.
So thank you so much, honey. I loved it. Thank you.
Wow, look at her go. If you asked Leslie, she'd probably say she is no different than you or I, just an ordinary girl. Well, if that's the case, she's an ordinary girl with an extraordinary spirit. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. These are powerful words spoken by Ms. Eleanor Roosevelt, First Lady of the United States. Hey, thanks for checking me out. Join me here again and on my blog at InsideHealth.tv and on Facebook, where the discussions are interesting and continue. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your family and friends, especially if you know someone going through breast cancer right now. Until next time, be healthy, be happy, and love the life you live. And if you're not, give me a call. Let's get to it, because it's all about you.